We use lots of fun little products and we love to give our clients samples. There's so much plastic in everything that we do. Let's be real, let's be 100 about it. There are things that we can do to change this. So first, let me introduce you a little bit about this amazing small business owner that we're going to be sharing with in the podcast today. So, her store really aims to reduce packaging waste by encouraging customers to reuse containers instead of buying new ones. I have tried some of their products. I tried one of their dry shampoo, which was amazing. And I literally used a recyclable glass product container that they had there to take a little sample and buy a little some to bring it home. And with that, I would love to introduce Dawn. Dawn, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me, Celeste. I'm excited to be here.
I know. Thank you so much for saying yes to being here. And I was looking at your website, and I really love how you put like this really fun, not serious way of getting started. And I saw that you had like 4 steps into refilling and starting our whole journey with this. Before we get to that point, I really wanted to answer because this was one of my biggest questions, and I think it's going to be one of the biggest questions for my audience, which is hairstylists and beauty pros. We love to give samples to our clients. We love to give them cute little things. But how can we reduce our footprint and our whole plastic usage when we want to give like cute little things and samples to our clients? Because the first thing that comes to mind for me is plastic.
Yeah. So honestly, plastic is not a horrible thing. It's in our lives. It's going to be in our lives. Sometimes it is the better option, especially with some of the samples. Glass and aluminum are obviously more highly recyclable, but they also are resource intensive to make. So as a person who wants to get rid of single-use plastic in all of our lives,
Yeah.
I think if you can find a way to make your packaging reusable, whether it be plastic, aluminum, steel, or glass, the reusability is key there. So when you're giving samples away, maybe think about having it as a small, if you choose glass, because glass is, my preference.
Yeah.
But brand it and give them a little bit of money back as a deposit to bring back the small sample, or encourage them to reuse it again. And even if the branding is just a label on there with your brand, that's how we know to use all these other brands, is because their labels are on there. And I, I fully enjoy refilling um, Tide bottles with laundry soap that we have, because I'm kind of taking away their branding a little bit. But um, if you could brand your products, I think brand your bottles, brand your packaging. Compostable, really tough one,
Yeah.
because it needs to be truly compostable, not made out of any bioplastic. So to be able to function in our current system that we have, so
Yeah.
I would steer clear of compostable packaging for now until we can make it better.
Thank you so much for that. I had not thought about that. So I love how you already gave us ideas like how to make it reusable for our clients. But like, you are a small business owner too, so you know about this. So what are like some other ideas if I decide I'm like, okay, I'm giving samples to my clients. I'm gonna give
Mhm.
them maybe like some money back or some type of perk or program, like loyalty program for bringing it back and being a part of that. What are other ways that we can educate them in a fun way? Because I know like your husband's not here today, but he
Yes.
does awesome reels. It's so hilarious. I'm always
Yeah.
cracking up. I love watching your reels. So what's like a fun or like just like an informative way to let our clients know to be a part of the change?
Um, Maybe some statistics, and I should have looked at some statistics on the packaging in the beauty industry,
Yeah.
and let them know that they can be a part of the change. and you're being a part of the change by doing this. I'm not a big fan of like throwing out the scary stuff at people and frightening them into
Yeah, no.
this, but statistics are still really good, with just understanding the why behind it, I
Mhm.
think is huge. So maybe why you or your other fellow beauty industry folks decided to do this and to have it in reusable packaging or recyclable packaging, and maybe make it a super cute bottle that they just can't recycle.
I know, I like that. I love cute stuff. So I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
on the
So
cuteness.
find the cute stuff. They'll bring it back or they'll reuse it themselves because it's too cute to recycle.
Yeah, I love that because let's be real, we're all about the cuteness. So
Yeah.
talking about that, why we decided to. So I just did a live video why I decided to go move away from aerosols, and it had to do with my
Yeah.
lungs. But I have a question for you. So
Mhm.
in regards to recycling for like aerosol bottles, are they really as bad as I think they are?
As far as like the recyclability,
Mm-hmm.
probably. I We should have someone who actually knows more about that on to talk about that. But aluminum is highly recyclable.
Okay.
Are they coming in aluminum for you, or is that plastic?
Well, I think it's aluminum. It has like a little arrow.
So just because it has the arrows doesn't mean it's recyclable.
Ooh. See, the arrow don't mean that much, guys.
They
We're
don't.
learning. We're learning, everybody. I'm learning.
There are some California laws being passed on regarding the chasing arrows.
Okay.
So they have to actually be recyclable
Love
in
that.
California to have the chasing arrow on. That'll be coming down the road.
Okay. And I think it's so important
But,
for us. Like, I love how you said that. We have to do our due diligence, right? Like, even for me, after this podcast, don't worry, I'll put a little Google screenshot right here. It's just what I found out about this, but it's so true with branding. I think we, as consumers too, we have to be careful because everything is like, like it's recyclable. Or we think like for me, for example, I knew it wasn't recyclable, but I saw this little arrow, and this little arrow kind of like makes me think, well, maybe it's recyclable. Maybe I am being so bad like using this product. And it's not about shaming product. It's also about us being conscious and doing our homework to
right.
understand and better know what we're doing, right?
Yes. Have you seen the Yuka app?
No.
Um, it's for food and cosmetics. And I love seeing people come through the shop and I hear the little beep from the app because they're scanning the products and they're like, oh, wow, it is good. I'm like, scan away. I've already scanned it. I've already done the research. But it's a great way to help consumers consume better,
Yeah, I love
um, easier too.
Yeah, because I mean, who doesn't love an app? I mean, come on, let's be real. I
Yeah.
go to Safeway, I use my little app. I'm like, what's discounted? What's going on over here? What's the deal this week? So I love that we can use an app for that. And
Hmm.
as consumers, and now let's talk about because I would love to learn more about this too. So, I buy products like this. Okay,
Hmm.
because people are like, oh, they're pretty good. They're USDA certified, bio-based. They have a little bunny. It has a little plastic recycle little thing. I love that you already mentioned the Yuka app, which Celeste is going to download. So I'll put it right there too if you guys want to download it. Because I'm like, I love something that helps me because I'm a mom of three. I don't have all the time in the world to do all the research
Right,
all the time.
right.
But for all of us, like how does this work? Because I know how it works. I already read it, but I would love for you to explain it to us. Like say this is my bottle and it's empty and I know it's recyclable. So how do I take it in and how do you guys make sure and ensure that all clients when we go in there and refill our bottles, it's all clean and hygienic?
Yeah, so we ask that the first time you come in, the container, whatever container it is clean and dry. Because a lot of our products don't have water in them, so then they don't have the preservatives to combat um, the bacteria that could grow in water and not make it shelf stable. So that's the first step is making sure that it's clean and dry. Um, and then, so your spray bottle there, we have all-purpose cleaner or we have concentrates that you can take home with you and use one of our community jars and fill and do at home if that's preferable as well. Just so we weigh the bottle.
Hmm.
Um, we fill with however much or as little as you want, and then we weigh it again, and that's all you pay for. So you don't have to commit to a big bottle. You can get it filled halfway, you can get it filled a quarter way, and just take it home, see how you like it, see how it compares to what you're already using. Pretty much, we've done a lot of research on the ingredients. So I run all of the ingredients through the environmental working group to make sure it's not toxic to us or the environment. And then we also test product out ourselves to make sure that it functions well. Um, and if it doesn't make it into the shop. And if we don't like the brand's values, it doesn't make it into the shop. We want small businesses, women-owned preferably BIPOC if possible. That's kind of what we give our priorities to, and then closed loop as well. So the larger containers that we get the product in get sent back, sanitized, and reused. And then the handful that we don't have that way, it typically comes in a bucket, and we give the buckets away to local farmers, or we have a flower farmer that's been taking them lately for us. So they're getting reused, and they're not having to buy new buckets.
Yeah.
And you know, keeping things out of the waste stream, which includes the recycle and compost, is the best. So reuse for the win, if at all possible.
Yeah.
So
I
hope
love
that answers.
that. You really are doing it like full circle.
We're trying really hard.
Yeah, and I think that's the most beautiful part. It's like we're trying, right? It's not about being
Mhm.
perfect. I'm
Right.
still buying stuff in plastic. Okay, like
Yep.
even my I have a clean beauty brand I'm gonna start using. It's all in plastic, okay?
Yeah.
We're trying.
A lot of them are actually um, doing 100% recycled plastic
Hmm.
in their products because they need it to be able to ship.
Yeah.
It's easier to ship plastic than it is glass. And I get it. So if that can be the case, then great. At least we've used the plastic that already exists on the planet.
Yeah, and I love that you're talking about that. Like, 'cause even for me, honestly, it's true about packaging, and I wanted to share this with you guys. So this is a company, and if you know what spray this is, if you're a hairstylist, you already know. But it's actually glass, and it's shipped here. So I actually gonna have to replace it. I'm gonna use this for my personal use. But it's so true. Like glass is so much more fragile, even though it's like heavy duty and it's thick. Like, let's be real. Like, shipping, yeah, probably wouldn't last. It's been in my little travel kit. So,
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, we're big fans of doing what you can when you can
yeah,
and where you can. There's gonna be times when plastic's going to be the better option,
yeah.
unfortunately. But making conscious choices about it, not just saying, oh, well, Donna said plastic's okay.
Don't say it. I can go buy other plastic, guys.
That's not, weighing those decisions.
No, it's so true. And like even for me, so like, I was talking about the dry shampoo that I bought at your store, which I'm gonna go buy some more because I really loved it. So I'm actually gonna reuse this one. You see, it got a little melted. Okay. I work as a bridal hairstylist, sometimes a curling iron. Those little things. So I'm gonna actually reuse it and put my dry shampoo here so it has a little squirt because it's all made out of plastic and I can open it, wash it, and reuse it. So I'm gonna reuse
Exactly.
this for, something personal and like we're talking about, it's not about being perfect, it's about making those like little changes, right?
Right.
And as hairstylists, we go through a lot of laundry. So
Yep.
let's talk about washing clothes. So how can we
Okay.
reduce our footprint with that. I know for me, I was using the pods because let's be real, I like grabbing that little plastic thing, throwing it in there and not having to measure. But then I realized and I started learning about microplastics, and we're not gonna go into all that, okay? But I was like, you know what, Celeste, this is not being eco conscious. So let's like switch it up. So I went back to liquid um soap to wash all of my towels and all of my
Yeah,
things that need to be washed. But I would love like some more tips and helpful tips from you in regards to this because sometimes we don't think about it,
yeah,
right? Like just with the pods. I didn't know.
exactly. Yeah, a lot of people don't. They think, oh, you know, it's dissolving.
Hmm.
It is into really small microplastics. So, and going into our water streams, and not to mention, most of them have ingredients in there that you probably don't want on your body, because they do stay on your body, on your clothes, and our skin's our biggest organ.
This.
So while we're talking about plastics and containers, we should also be thinking about ingredients too, which I know you're focusing on as well. But laundry, liquid laundry, typical liquid laundry in the jugs is 60% or more water. Um, and then we're adding water in the wash load. So I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me
Yeah.
um, to do that. And then we're shipping all of those containers all over the US, all over the world, filled with water that we're using at our source anyway. So, like the options that we have are powder or liquid and super concentrated. The liquid has zero water in it and it's all plant enzyme based. So,
Hmm.
um, you're 1 tablespoon and people kind of freak out that it's just one
What?
tablespoon because you're used to filling like a quarter cup.
Yes.
Um, yeah, you're using that much because there is water in there
Mhm.
already. And so the company that we have, the liquid laundry, is out of Southern California, and she has 4 boys and worked with a chemist and she's EWG certified as well, which is very, very awesome and not easy to get. So, and gray water safe. So if you're on a laundry to landscape system, you can use that.
So that's amazing. I didn't know there was
Yeah.
that much water in my laundry soap.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap. So let's talk about cost then. Okay, because now I'm
Hmm.
really curious. Okay. So go ahead.
Yeah.
In
So cost is a big concern, especially now, anytime, really.
yeah.
Cost is a concern. Um, so our 1 tablespoon is 20, it's 27.5 cents an ounce, or 27.5 cents a tablespoon, so that's per load. That's going to be about comparable to seventh generation.
Okay.
If you're already using that level of laundry, then you're not going to see much of a cost variance, just because the price per load is low, um, low enough. We would love it to be lower, but it just, she's closed loop. She uses good ingredients. She gives back. Like these are the companies that we choose to bring into the shop. Most of them give back in one way or another, to their local communities or on a broader community. And then they take responsibility for their packaging and their ingredients, pay their employees a fair wage, things like that, where the larger corporations, they're just making money. They're not out there to like do anything else really. So
And, like talking about right now, just like, some people, a lot of people are being more eco-conscious, right? And as consumers, we're starting to realize our power because we hold a lot of power and we can
we
make
do.
a lot of change. So if somebody, just for an example base, let's say somebody's using Tide liquid soap right now.
Yep. I'm not
Hey,
naming names.
Celeste. not hypoallergenic, which probably is a lie, but okay, let's just use Celeste as an example. I shall use myself.
I used to use Tide. It's fine.
Um,
Long time ago.
what would the cost difference be? I love how you're talking about that they give back. That's super important to me, and I'm willing to spend money for
A
that
little
because
bit more.
that matter. Yeah,
Hmm.
that really does matter to me a lot. I love that she's a mom. You see, I know so much more about this company now. I'm like, hell yeah, okay, let's do the switch. But reality check for everybody wondering what's really the change be would it be like cost wise?
Um, Cost wise, it's compared to Tide, we can't compete with them. We It's going to be more.
Oh yeah.
Um, Probably I would gather double. I haven't actually priced out Tide in a while. Um, but think of it as an investment,
Yeah.
not just in your health and the health of your family and their skin, but also the planet's health. Um, the the amount of yucky ingredients that are in Tide that's destroying the planet, plus all of the plastic
Yeah.
and the large corporation. Um, it's just all around not great. I actually have a shirt that says "Stop buying Tide."
I love it. You should wear it today, Dawn.
I knew I should have. That would have been funny. People love seeing it, and I feel bad when I walk through this grocery store because
No.
people look at me like, "Why do I need to stop buying Tide?" And I'm like, "Hey, do you want me to talk to you about
Yes, I do.
it?" I mean, New York banned some versions of Tide because of the ingredients that are cancer causing, known cancer causing ingredients. So, if we could tell them that we want something different, if California could ban it, because we're a high consumer society. Like, we have a lot of people. If we could hop on board with that and say no more. Um, California is doing a lot of really good things. Things are coming down the road, but I feel like it's not fast enough. It's not enough, but we have to meet people where they're at. And change happens slowly, just like the marketing and the big corporations change things on us slowly. We
Mhm.
also need to realize that it's going to take that amount of time for us to change our habits
Yeah.
as well and our needs. So, but we all need to start doing something soon.
Yeah, and it's really important, like talking just about that. Like even for me, we've been eating organic chicken in my house, fun fact, for the past 6 years. And
Yeah,
it was a huge shock, okay? Because I mean, we'll spend like 35, $40 to like feed us.
right.
And we need to have leftovers for the next day. Just how my house rents. So that was a
Yeah,
huge shift, like spending $40 on chicken breast, and my family only likes
right.
chicken breast. So
Yeah. It's not easy. It's not cheap. I understand that not everybody can do this. I
Mhm.
want it to be accessible to everyone. Um, and I love that you brought up food too, because even in that world, it's not accessible to everyone. But I did have a conversation with one of our customers, and she was like, "Oh yeah, my mom grew up with not a lot of money, so they ate rice and beans a lot."
Mhm.
And she's like, "It's probably a good thing because they didn't get Wonder Bread and they didn't get bologna and they didn't get all these other preservatives that are cheap, but rice and beans were cheaper, making it homemade, things like that." So we don't have to go to the necessarily the extremes. Not that organic chicken is an extreme, but we can simplify what we're consuming,
Yeah.
have less ingredients, have less processed food, um, better ingredients in our products, and use less of it.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think that's what's most important, right? It's like it's making the change, and that's what I wanted to share about the organic chicken thing, is because now we're
Yeah.
going into fruits and vegetables, like my
Yep.
family is. But there was a time in my life where didn't have the accessibility nor the money or resources to do that,
Right.
right? But
Hmm.
we make those little changes, and for me, like knowing like my skin, because our skin is our biggest organ, that is why
Yep.
I stopped using like aerosols and a whole bunch of other things because we are absorbing that, especially me, right? Because I'm the one
Yes.
inhaling all this
And
stuff.
you're breathing it
I'm
in.
breathing it. And I actually had a bride. She is an MD, like, she's a medical doctor. And she was telling me, Celeste, like, do you know how bad hairspray's for you? And she's a
Yeah.
doctor, okay? She told me this. We are doing her bridal trial. I was like, say no more. Say no more. I'm like, something needs to change. And now I
Yeah.
literally use an inhaler, and that's why I decided to do the change. Also, I know like I have kids, and I am just a steward of the land. I'm just passing by, and my purpose in my life is to leave it a better place than I found it. That's all I want to do.
Hmm. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, it's
And
just
I think it's great to start thinking about these things and how it's affecting you personally and what you can change.
mhm.
Um, and like organic fruits and vegetables. Look at the Dirty Dozen. Um, so things with peels, go ahead and get non-organic because you're peeling it off.
Yeah,
Um,
I love that.
so there's there's ways that you can kind of pick and choose like some things that are a little bit more healthy for you without breaking the bank. Um, and you as a stylist, you're breathing all that in all the time. I mean, as a bride, it's a 1 day thing.
Yeah,
And you can say, oh, well, it's okay. It's just 1 day of my life that I'm having to have all these toxic chemicals on my hair. But you're doing it every day or however often. So,
yeah.
um, it's just going to make it better for the brides too.
It is,
So,
and it's becoming something really important too. Like I've noticed too, especially with my clientele. I always tell people, like look at it also from like your business lens and listen to what your brides or your client is telling you, right?
yeah.
Like what their needs are, and just to wrap all this up today. What are ways? Because I just love your business model, and I really love we had if we had more time, but we don't
Yeah.
because we're running out of time. Uh, so, what are ways that we can do as hairstylists, right? We use hair brushes. I wash them. I disinfection, sanitation. It goes through a whole process, so to try to reuse them, right? And then
Mhm.
when they look scruffy, because the chemical that's used to remove all of the actual like sanitation, disinfection part of it,
Yeah,
it damages. So what I
it
do
does.
is, yeah, so I'll gift them. So once they're clean, my girls, I have girls, so they each get them. I'll replace mine with those, or I'll give them to, I have nieces, they're clean. They're like, who cares, Tia? That's my way of like trying to like make less of a,
Right.
plastic thing.
Instead of just automatically tossing it in the trash, you're
Yeah,
getting more life out of it,
exactly.
which is great. Yeah. I think that's amazing. Keep doing that and finding places that maybe you can, as you grow or have more products like that, that you can donate to. Like who could need it and use it, um, so that we can use it as long as possible before it goes in the landfill.
Yeah, and I love that you're talking about that, and also like in your business, which I wanted to also like um emphasize in this is about samples, and I love how we're able to just go in, try a little bit, see if we like it. As hairstylists, I'm gonna be real about it. We try a crap ton of products because something's new, everybody says it works, we want to try it, right? And
Yeah,
sometimes it's like personal use. It depends how you use it. It's not for everybody.
right.
And I have like a whole thing. Okay, I'm calling myself out. I have like a whole thing of products that were only used once because I didn't
Hmm.
like them, but I can't give them
Right.
back. So what I do is I literally will gift them to my clients because
Yep.
they need something like maybe like they need hairspray. They're like, oh, but like my budget's tight. I'm like, okay, well, like I tried this one. This is the sample one. Oh yeah, I love it. Thank you. They're gonna use it and then they're gonna dispose of it rather than me having like whole bunch of products that I'm never gonna touch again and throwing them
Right.
in the garbage, right? Because
Mhm.
especially with beauty, like I feel like there's a lot of waste with beauty.
There is a lot of waste. There's a lot of waste in all industries, honestly, but I love that you're thinking about how to reduce it. And I think that's the first step is just being a little bit more conscious and thinking outside the box, like you've done. I like it.
Thank you. I'm trying.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's all we can do is try our hardest. And we're in a broken system right now,
Yeah.
and I'm so excited to see the bigger brands put deodorant in cardboard, just like we have at the shop, but ours has better ingredients. So, um, but that's a step. That's a movement. They're seeing that consumers are demanding that, and the more we can voice that, in our ways, by dollars. They listen with we can vote with our dollars. We can
Yeah.
make change that way. And then you telling people, oh, this didn't work great for me. I didn't want to throw it away. Would you want to use it? That's a light bulb moment for them too. Like, oh, maybe they have products that didn't necessarily work for them, but a friend of theirs might really like, or a shade of color of eyeshadow or something, just isn't right for them. They can give that away instead of tossing it.
Yeah, and it's like the whole with eyeshadows, the whole disinfection thing, which we're not gonna get
Yeah.
into, but I'm just letting you guys know. But yes, I love like like that whole idea of trying to this reduce our waste. I love the ideas that you got about the sample. So to all my hairstylists, want to give cute little samples to our clients. Let's make it all cute
Yep.
with our branding so they can
Hmm.
reuse it, right? And it's not about being perfect. It's just really about reducing our footprint and making those small little changes and just sharing it, right? Using our voice.
Hmm.
Most of us have Instagram or have some type of social media that we love to create
Yep.
videos with, right? Like let's use our voice to make a little bit of changes. And
Yeah.
this has been amazing. I learned so much from you today. Oh my gosh, I thought I knew. I didn't know anything.
No, I don't know everything, so we're all learning all the time, and I think that's great.
Yes, I love that. And where can we find you? Where can we go get some
Mhm.
of these products and all the fun stuff that you have in your store?
So in store, we are downtown Petaluma inside the mill, right next to Wild Goat Bistro. We're open every day but Tuesday, 11 to 6. And we also we're local delivery,
Oh,
and we're faster than Amazon, so we do same day delivery.
love that.
Um,
What?
yeah, from Petaluma to Santa Rosa, so we don't take away from any of the other refill stores. And then on our website, it's refillmercantile.com, and Instagram, Facebook, all of that is at Refill Merc. And I would like to just kind of plug that there are 6 refill stores in Sonoma County. So
Oh yeah, go ahead. Tell us, where are
they're
they at?
we're all independently owned. Sebastopol, Petaluma, Sonoma, Guerneville, Cloverdale, and Healdsburg.
Ooh,
So there's one kind of all over the county for us,
yeah.
so that we can all reduce plastic in our lives as much as possible.
I love that. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for letting us know about that. So if you're in Sonoma County and you're looking for a store, you already know where you can find it. I'll put all her details below. She has also an amazing blog. It's so educational and simple to comprehend, like for people
Thank
like
you.
me. So like if you want to learn more, you can go ahead and go check her out.